This is the locality of Banyo, which happens to be the administrative headquarters of the Banyo subdivision. It is situated in the Mayo-Banyo division of the Adamawa region of Cameroon. It covers a total surface area of 4,380 square kilometers, with a population estimated at over 150,000 people. Geographically, Banyo shares boundaries in the north with the Faro Edio division, in the south with the Mayo Dale subdivision, in the east with Tibati, and in the west with neighboring Nigeria. This vantage position and rich subsoils, as well as its huge potentials for tourism and agro-pastoral activities, are all reasons that justify why inhabitants strongly believe Banyo is the place to be. Historically, Banyo was created as far back as 1960 under Law No. 60/80 of the 31st of December 1960, instituting rural councils in the subdivisions of the then northern Cameroon. Banyo is cosmopolitan in outlook, with a high degree of harmony and fruitful interaction reigning between the indigenous population and those who have come to settle there in pursuit of commercial and agro-pastoral activities, among others, in the formal and informal sectors. Unfortunately, no matter how much they strive to develop the locality of Banyo, they are held back by a good number of biting problems.
For those who come from elsewhere, their main concern is about the road. Whether leaving Bafoussam for Banyo or Ngaoundéré for Banyo, it is a challenging task for us. The road is very bad.
La route est très gâtée. La route est vraiment mauvaise. Nous, la population de Banyo, nous avons besoin de microfinance.
The population of Banyo need microfinance institutions or banks because the civil servants here are blocked regarding the payments of salaries at the end of each month. The loan generator that we have here is not enough, so we need sufficient power that can make all the services function continuously.
C'est un groupe que nous avons là et ça ne peut pas alimenter toute la ville.
Among these factors that hinder development is the poor state of road infrastructure in the urban network in particular. The mayor of Banyo is also of the same opinion, even as he presents the road network of the locality.
Entrer dans le maillot Banyo, on a deux possibilités, c'est-à-dire sur le territoire national.
There are two roads anyone can use to get into the Mayo-Banyo division, either passing through the west region or the Jerem division. On one side or the other, it is not easy at the moment because it is the rainy season. Leaving Bafoussam for Banyo by crossing Fumban is not as bad as the rest of the distance. From there, it takes about 147 kilometers to get to Banyo, and through this long distance, we have paved sections, especially around the cliff area. Going towards Tibati, we have about 110 kilometers, and on these 110 kilometers, the section found in the Mayo-Banyo is degraded up to almost 10 kilometers when entering into the Jerem. It is a real obstacle because in the Mayo-Banyo, we have nearly 35 kilometers plus 10 kilometers, which gives a total distance of 45 kilometers out of 110, which stands as a major trouble for the population. Previously, the local council authorities tried to do what they could to use their funds and funds from Mindevel to address the worsening situation of the road. There were also other financial partners involved in remedying the situation.
Mindevel et autres financiers qui peuvent intervenir dans leur cahier de charges, quoi.
La ville de Banyo a un fort réseau urbain
The town of Banyo has a huge urban network, which necessarily requires a lot of investment, and the means are quite limited. We are not lucky enough to have many tarred roads. We only benefit from a few kilometers of tarred road for a whole town like Banyo, which has about 20 or even 30 kilometers of urban roads. Added to the fact that Banyo is a divisional metropolis, it's also a colonial town.
C'est le chef-lieu du département et c'est une vieille ville coloniale.
That notwithstanding, all is not bleak as one can imagine, judging from efforts being made by government to alleviate the plight of the population.
Nous avons compris que ce qui causait la défectuosité.
We understood what used to cause the defect in our roads. It was the lack of drainage for rainwater. We opted for the construction of gutters using stones, and today we are done with about 10 kilometers. We are lucky that the Yaoundé-Tibati road is near completion. The 115 kilometers that separates us from Tibati is also taken into account by the Ministry of Public Works. Moreover, it is part of the Magba Banyo-Tibati road project. When we have carried out this junction project between the west of Cameroon and Tibati, you will see that the movement of goods and people will be easier, and Banyo will become an economic center for the Adamawa region, and even for economic exchanges between Cameroon and the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Dans la commune de Banyo, où se situe le chef-lieu du département, nous avons eu à faire,
in the municipality of Banyo, where the divisional capital is located, we have to do with three variants of roads. There is the old road that everyone knows. We have the section which passes towards the cattle market, and the other which leads to the foot of Mount Njumbal, just behind the delegation of public works.
Et l'autre qui passe au pied du mont Njumbal. Le mont Njumbal, c'est juste derrière la délégation des travaux publics.
Il faut donner une vision à notre commune.
We must give a vision to our council. We want to make the municipality of Banyo a landscape for development, a municipality with organized economic activities, and the town of Banyo must be at the heart of this policy.
De cette politique.
Once this age-old problem is solved, Banyo will experience a great leap forward in its development, with a boom expected, particularly in the tourism sector, judging from its huge potentials.
En matière, n'est-ce pas, de la carte touristique de l'arrondissement de Banyo.
In terms of the tourist map of the subdivision of Banyo in particular, we can mention Mount Njumbal, which is a key tourist site in this municipality. We also have a German cemetery. The traditional ruler's palace called the Lamidat is equally a site which constitutes a history of Mayo Banyo. We have the Ngandouan Falls and several other tourist sites where ecotourism and cultural tourism, which are not generally equipped. In terms of difficulties, we can cite the lack of accessibility. Many sites are not accessible. We contacted the Ministry of Tourism and Leisure for solutions. The Ministry of Tourism and Leisure is in the process of realizing the access route to Mount Njumbal via the bridge on Mount Sulabi.
Il faudrait qu'on donne la chance à la jeunesse de Banyo de s'intégrer dans le processus de développement.
We should give the chance to the young people in Banyo to integrate the development process. This is why we collaboratively work with the Ministry of Tourism and Leisure to set up a tourist site. Much is still to be done. I can say what we've done so far is already operational because we have 26 accommodation rooms, well equipped. We also have a restaurant which is functional, coupled with an administrative block. We continue to develop ecological areas and also a swimming pool to allow young people in Banyo to have fun.
Nous sommes en train de vouloir mettre sur pied une piscine pour permettre à la jeunesse de se mettre aussi à l'eau.
With this in mind, the mayor of Banyo now has an even broader vision to develop sports, tourism and leisure in the locality.
faudrait qu'on mette sur pied une ville nouvelle.
We should set up a new city, a smart city, that we are going to call the ecological village, which will involve modern construction and construction made essentially from local materials, stabilized bricks and stones. The urban areas will be paved, and for energy we will use solar panels. We will focus on the agroecological aspect, and for this economic village to be an example, it will be built on the outskirts of the town. That's why we chose an area next to the ecotourism site of Mount Jumbal. It starts on the outskirts and it ends within the city of Banyo.
Toute la ville de Banyo convergeait vers un seul marché.
The whole town of Banyo converges on a single market. It is a food market full of other items. It was painful for the population, the reason why we decided to have spaces in each neighborhood of Banyo, to be able to put commercial activities or commercial areas where one may find a butcher's shop, for example, of vegetables and other items. That's our dream. It will be very interesting to see different economic activities regaining shape in the town.
De revoir comment le tissu économique se reconstitue au niveau de Banyo.
While all of that is being awaited, enormous efforts have been made by government to provide basic health services to the population, with coordination ensured by the Banyo District Hospital.
Le district santé de Banyo a plusieurs formations.
This health district of Banyo has several health facilities, including the Protestant Health Center of Ngaobela, the District Hospital of Banyo, the Private Health Center of Wuro, the Integrated Health Center of Tiket, the Integrated Health Center of Fada, and finally the Integrated Health Center of Bamti Katarko. All of this is in the subdivision of Banyo, with a population of 9,424 inhabitants. We have had several supports from the council. We have the Ministry of Public Health, which supported us with COVID-19 equipment. We also had the support of the Senator to boost our laboratory performance. Minister Mustafa gave us the equipment for a decent district hospital. What we lack is the staff and a building, because we have certain materials that are kept out of the building because of the lack of space.
Nous avons certains matériels qui sont gardés parce qu'il n'y a pas d'espace pour les aménager.
This highly encouraging situation is not limited to the health sector. Authorities of the Banyo Council have also provided substantial support to help boost education in the government bilingual high school.
Le lycée de bilingue de Banyo est un établissement créé en 2000.
The government bilingual high school Banyo is an establishment created in 2000, transformed into a bilingual high school in 2007. Currently, the establishment has 4 sections, namely a Francophone section, an Anglophone section, a Francophone bilingual section, and an Anglophone bilingual section. The school has 1,720 students with 68 teachers. We face several infrastructural difficulties. One of the most crucial problems is the lack of staff. We need about 60 teachers. The establishment is grateful to the municipality of Banyo because the mayor has gifted the school with computer equipment worth around 12 million francs CFA. We have constructed a laboratory for a better conservation of this equipment.
Qui doit abriter ces équipements pour le bien-être de l'établissement.
With these investments being made in different domains by the Council in collaboration with other development partners and with huge support chipped in by government, living standards in Banyo is bound to improve amongst its inhabitants.
Déjà, je vois beaucoup d'améliorations dans la ville de Banyo. Presque sur tous les plans.
I see a lot of progress in the town of Banyo at every level. In the past, we had no tarred roads. We had problems regarding potable water and electricity. Now things have changed. We can say that there is a lot of improvement.
Mais on peut dire Dieu merci, il y a beaucoup d'améliorations.
The development process has not only been launched in Banyo, as noticed, but all is there to attest to the fact that it is on a good footing and will eventually become attractive to economic operators in Cameroon and the rest of the world. The pace of development in Banyo may not be that fast as some would expect. However, it might be accelerated in the not too distant future, considering the number of projects in the pipeline and the existence of huge potentials on the tourism and agro-pastoral sectors.